You probably wonder, why do white people pay so much attention to black people if they don't like them? You would think if you didn't like something, why would you be paying attention to it? I don't pay attention to things I don't like.
What's the answer?
The answer is the liar knows what lie he told. You see what I'm saying? So even if I made it deceitful and I made you think that the answer is over here, but the answer is really over here, I'm still gonna be looking over here. Me, the one that tricked, because I know this is the right answer. Black people have lost their identity, but our oppressors have not lost our identity. That's just why they chopped those noses off of the Pharaoh and the Sphinx in Egypt in the first place, is because without this nose, we can tell you this is whoever it is. But with that nigga nose, it can only be niggas. Why would somebody vandalize a whole face and only vandalize one part? Nobody wanted to knock an eye off or take an ear off or no chins missing. No, just the nose. Because it's a brand. It's a brand.
I'm so jealous of black people. They're just good at everything. They're just naturally athletic. They pop out of the womb and they're already playing fucking football. If they get into a fight, doesn't matter who the other person is, okay? I'm putting my money on the black person. They win every time. They got that beautiful chocolate skin that never gets burnt. They say they get sunburnt. I've never seen it. Me, 5 minutes in the sun, it looks like I was thrown into a deep fryer. They've got waterproof hair. They come out of the water, their hair's the same as when they went in. Me, I come out of the water, I look like a cancer patient. Fast as fuck in every sport. I mean, when have you seen a white guy being the fastest? Maybe in the Paralympics with the wheelchairs. Everything they do is just cooler.
Well, I do think that white people are absolutely jealous of black people, specifically with the community, and also with like fashion and music and everything else that is appropriated. But by design of what whiteness is, it inherently lacks community. And I think we're absolutely jealous of that. And I've heard biracial people say that they do see that difference in their own families. Because in addition to European cultures being more individualistic than cultures from Africa, South America, and indigenous North American cultures, the invention of whiteness in America erased a lot of ties to actual culture. So when I say like white people lack community, I'm not talking about like Polish people or German people or Irish people. As I explain in my book, I just wrote the intro and I'm working on the conclusion today. Y'all keep me in your prayers. In the course of human history, white is a relatively new term. As we discussed in the introduction to this book, white is a North American term emerging from the 1600s as a term to justify the enslavement of Africans and squelch revolts from poor Europeans and indentured servants. Before this term, Europeans would identify with their nationalities. The Irish, Italians, Germans, French are all very different cultures. Thus, there is not the same communal tie to whiteness as there is for people from other communities.
Time and time again, white people continue to show out because they are so jealous that they do not possess the divine DNA. They do not possess the melanin that we all know is a God particle, a great transmuter, alchemy. They know that. Subconsciously, consciously, whether or not the deep-rooted hate was instilled by them through generations, the originators of whitewashing and oppressing black people, which I guess has been for fucking ever, they knew through science, through studying the difference in DNA and even bones before DNA was a thing, that black people possessed the God particle, melanin, something that no one else possesses that is white. They are so jealous that they cannot stand it. They can't stand it. They hate themselves. They wish they were black. They wish they were black. That's why they have to claim everything that black people did, because they wish they were black. And let me leave you with this also. You can't kill them off. I know you want to, but you can't, because they're too strong. They're stronger than us. They have more mental fortitude than us. They are divinely encoded. Their bones are encoded with sacred and ancient code, light. You ever heard of the frequency grid? They are the lattice keepers. They are the nodes. They are the divine presence in this world. And you bitches are just jealous. And although I wish that it did not have to be this way, although I wish that I could be the exception, or that people like my mother, who taught me, number one, no, don't you ever trust a white fucking man, and number two, don't you ever trust the fucking police, and number three, you better watch for your privilege, you better identify it, and you better use it to your advantage to uplift every single black person that you are around, in the vicinity of, or can speak up for. Black fatigue, ghetto, and then I keep seeing the black on black crime bullshit. I've already made a video where I pull up the statistics on crime. It is widely taught in cultural academics that white people, even given that they account for a slightly larger bit of the population now, and I hope we will become the minority soon, but it keeps getting slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. 50 years ago, the white population was like 60% more. Now it's like a slow margin of like 24, something like that. But white people, even considering that there are more white people in this country, and that the police do not police white people the way they do black people, white people still commit more crime than black people in every single category of crime. But let's name the worst ones. SA, oh yeah, that's white men. That's white people. Especially their own children. Mass, white people. Little Timmy over there with his fucking notebook. Dylan Roof going into a church with black people who welcomed him in to worship with them and then shooting them all. White people. White on white crime. White on black crime. Violence in general, domestic violence, all of that. Look it up. White people commit the most crime. And on top of that, they collect the most government assistance. Look the shit up, educate yourself. Everything you believe that is true about this country is not. The people who invented shit, the people who founded shit, the people who owned land in this country. I am from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Do you know how many black families had their land stolen from them? And it is literally still within the deed books at the courthouse. I know because my mother she worked with deeds. Y'all are valid, and I am so fucking sorry on behalf of every white out here. I'm so sorry. Damn, I hate y'all. Y'all gotta ruin it for all of us. Bingo. Clocked it. Clocked it.
What is melanin? Melanin is not just skin color. It's a powerful pigment found in your skin, hair, eyes, brain, and even your organs. It protects you from the sun. It absorbs light, stores energy, and literally fuels your cells. It's a conductor, a communicator, a protector. Now ask yourself, if melanin is that powerful, why have you been taught to hate it? Step 2, why melanin was demonized colonizers needed to dominate. But how do you conquer people whose skin is naturally in tune with the universe? You don't just enslave them, you break their spirit. So they turned dark skin into a curse, called blackness primitive, praised whiteness as pure, made you ashamed of what gives you power. They made you believe that the very thing that connects you to the sun, nature, rhythm, and cosmic energy was a flaw. That wasn't ignorance. That was strategy. Step 3, the scientific truth. Here's what they don't want you to know. Melanin regulates your immune system. It exists in your pineal gland, the spiritual center of intuition. It helps protect DNA from damage. It's why your ancestors could survive harsh environments without sunscreen or medication. Melanin isn't a flaw. It's an evolutionary gift. But instead of celebrating it, they created a global beauty standard that demonized it. Step 4. The real fear. Let's talk truth. They fear your skin because it absorbs energy and reflects power. They fear your presence because it triggers ancestral memory. They fear your culture because it's encoded with ancient knowledge. They fear your DNA because they come from you. That's why they criminalize blackness. That's why they police melanin. That's why they profit from it, while telling you it's a curse. It's not a curse, it's a code. Step 5. Awakening time. You were never inferior. You were never less than. You were born with the same frequency as the sun. Melanin is not just pigment. It's power in its purest biological form. And that's exactly why it's the most policed, politicized, and misunderstood element on Earth. So next time someone tells you you're too dark, too loud, too real, tell them, I'm not too anything. I'm melanin made, solar charged, and ancestral backed.
Clocked it.
Pose the question, why do white people hate black people so much? I have been in situations where I've been surrounded by nothing but white people, and this conversation has come up. The race conversation has come up. And no one ever has an actual reason as to why they hate black people. There's always these, oh, black on black crime. Oh, they're lazy. Oh, they're this. But it's not actually, there's no legitimacy behind their reasoning. It's just shit that they've heard and they're regurgitating. And so, long story short, it really comes down to there is no reason. It's a deep-seated jealousy, a deep-seated hate that, black people exude greatness. Black people are the great inventors. Black people are the beginning of the human race, the EUGENE. And white people have worked so hard to erase the history and erase the greatness of the black race. Down to even when things are invented, the majority of things that are invented were invented by a black person. But yet the white race has actually erased the original inventor from history and have put their names on things that they had no business putting their names on.
Melanin. Most people only think of it as the pigment that colors our skin. But this molecule does something far more than just paint us. It protects, connects, and communicates with the light that sustains us on Earth. Melanin is a complex biopolymer found in animals, humans, and plants. It absorbs ultraviolet radiation, shielding our DNA from damage, and it converts a portion of that light into usable chemical energy, almost like a natural solar panel. It's in the hair, skin, and eyes, and even inside the brain and inner ear. Without melanin, life on this planet will be far more vulnerable to the sun that gives it power. Ancient civilizations sensed that there was something sacred about this dark substance. In Egyptian temples, the color black wasn't a symbol of death. It was fertility, rebirth, and divine potential. They saw the darkness of the soil and the cosmos as the womb of creation itself. Across Africa and the ancient world, darkness meant origin, not absence. When light meets melanin, energy is transformed and stored. That exchange between light and darkness is the same dance that powers the galaxies, photosynthesis, and human life. It's the cosmic rhythm written in our biology, a reminder that we are not separate from nature. We are nature expressing itself. Somewhere along history, darkness began associated with fear or negativity. But scientifically and spiritually, darkness is the start of creation. Every star is born in the dark. Even seeds sprout in darkness. To honor melanin is to honor that creative principle, that intelligence that turns energy into life. So the truth about melanin isn't just about color. It's about connection to light, to earth, and the universe itself. It reminds us how intertwined we are with cosmic energy, how connected everything and everyone is, especially if you're a melanated person. You are extravagant. And it's not that you're better than everyone else, it's just that you are amazing. And you need to know that.